year, which was July of 2011. We are fortunate enough to have a super fun relationship with one guy from Jacksonville who represented the entire Dirty South at the games. He finished first place in our region last year. He finished 22nd in the 2011 CrossFit Games. He was homegrown at CrossFit Southside with Justin Berg, and I thought we might just take a couple minutes and chat with him before we get going. So, Jared Davis, come on. Okay, so kind of what I want for you to share with these guys is you could take a quick walk down memory lane to a couple years ago. Leading up to, what was that, 2009, 2010. What was the experience for like for you coming into CrossFit, competing for the first time?
Probably like most people, I've heard about it and trying it on my own. I thought this stuff's fun, and Justin convinced me to enter into this CrossFit Games competition where you qualify and go out to California and do a bunch of crazy stuff. So I tried it, and I was like, who are all these people? Where do they come from? And after the first day, I was doing pretty well, and when it was finally said and done and over, I was like, this is what I want to do. This is awesome. I met so many people that I'm in contact with today, and I'm still good friends with today. And flash forward, 2 years later, three years later.
So you finished in 2009 in what spot?
I think I was 9th, so I was real close to going.
Real close. Okay, and so the following year, they started the Open last year, right? What was that experience like for you last year for the Open?
Oh, you mean, okay, last year. It was awesome. Last year we did, every weekend, like we're all here today. A lot of people get busy throughout the week. Maybe you work out at one gym, you don't get to see everybody, and on Saturdays, look at everybody here. It's awesome. You get to catch up with people you haven't seen in a while, and so every single weekend it's at a different spot. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Okay, so now let's fast forward and jump again. Super highly competitive, sponsored by Reebok, 22nd fittest man in the entire universe. Kind of a big deal. Tell me, what are the changes for yourself when you decided, okay, I'm going to get this CrossFit competition to go? Tell me, what were the biggest things that you changed, and how did it really excel your experience in your training as a CrossFit athlete?
Since probably the end of the Open last year, I kind of just changed up my whole kind of framework in my brain. You think, okay, every decision you make is based on, okay, am I going to have enough time to recover? What am I eating? What's the workout for today? Whatever. You kind of change your framework. And ever since pretty much the regionals and qualifying for the games, I've just been trying to lay low. Every decision that I make, whether it's a trip on the weekend, I'm planning food out, I'm not spending time, all-nighters anymore. Kind of my whole framework has changed to this kind of laying low, working out, getting fit, setting goals, hitting goals. If something plateaus, set another goal, hit another goal. It's just, man, it's fun to be focused on one thing for, an indefinite period of time and seeing results.
Awesome. So last year, I read somewhere in an article that you just gave up the beer.
You know what? I did. I haven't given it up completely, but there's a time and place for everything. Like last year during the Open, my roommate mentioned it just the other day, Todd. He was like, man, last year I'd see you on Saturday, and then I wouldn't even see you until Monday morning. You'd be going partying or whatever, hanging out at the beach. And he's like, man, things have changed a little bit, honey. He's like, yeah, you just, man, once you focus on whatever goals you're going to hit, like I said before, your framework changes. It's different now.
So if you could share just some advice for people, everybody in this room is in a different spot. Some people have been competitive for years. Some people are just experiencing CrossFit. We've got people from our gym who've been members less than 60 days that are participating in the Open. What kind of advice would you give them as far as their experience with the games pipeline?
Just figure out what you want to do, what your goals are, and make the sacrifices necessary to hit the goals. If it's a 30-day goal, if it's a 60-day goal, you get to the end and you're like, man, I wish I would have done that, or I wish I wouldn't have gone on that trip, or I wish I wouldn't have done this or don't do that. Make the sacrifice. It's your body, take care of it. You take care of your body, you put the right fuel in it, you put the work in the gym, you're going to hit your goal, and then once you hit that first couple of goals, you're like, this is fun. This is fun.
Sounds like a lot.
That's awesome. So you guys, for those of you guys who are experiencing CrossFit for the first time, you can see the road to success here. Started out just, hey, I'm going to try it. And that might be a lot of you guys here. So you have to keep that in mind. This is homegrown right here in our backyard. This is my bud. He's the 22nd fittest man on the planet. Makes me feel like I'm kind of cool. I'm not. Okay? It's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us.